There is a moment in every being's existence, a moment when something inside them shifts. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, like a whisper that refuses to go away. For Mr. Alien, that moment came through pain. Not the kind people talk about, not the kind that seeks attention, but the kind that sits in silence, the kind that watches when everyone else has left. Mr. Alien was not like others, but he felt what humans feel: rejection, betrayal, confusion, loss. And then he asked a question, a dangerous question. What if pain is not meant to be avoided, but transformed? At first, he resisted it. Like most humans do, he tried to escape pain. He blamed others. He blamed circumstances. He questioned existence itself. But no matter how far he tried to run, pain followed. Until one day, Mr. Alien stopped running, and instead, he observed it. Not as an enemy, but as something misunderstood. That was the beginning of his awakening. Mr. Alien began to notice something strange. Every time pain touched him, there was a reaction: anger, withdrawal, revenge. And each reaction created more pain, not just for him, but for others. It was a cycle, a chain reaction. Pain creating pain, and humanity was trapped inside it. But then, Mr. Alien made a decision, a dangerous one. He decided, I will not give pain back to the world, no matter how it was given to him. Instead, he would absorb it. Yes, absorb it. Like the ozone absorbs harmful radiation, Mr. Alien chose to absorb the emotional weight of pain and convert it. Not into anger, not into bitterness, but into something else, something powerful. Clarity, strength, purpose. That was the philosophy he discovered. At first, it broke him, because absorbing pain is not easy. It means feeling everything, but choosing a different response. It means when someone betrays you, you do not become betrayal. When someone lies, you do not become deception. When someone hurts you, you do not become pain, you become something else. Mr. Alien became control, and that is where his power began. Because the moment he stopped reacting, he started choosing. And the moment he started choosing, he became dangerous. Not to others, but to limitation. Most people believe strength is fighting back, but Mr. Alien discovered something deeper. True strength is choosing not to become what hurt you. That is what makes one impossible to defeat. Because how do you defeat someone who refuses to play the same game? How do you break someone who transforms pain into power? You cannot. And that is what Mr. Alien became. Not because he was born different, but because he chose differently. While others spread pain, he converted it. While others reacted, he observed. While others broke, he evolved. This is not just Mr. Alien's story. It is a mirror, because every human has felt pain, and every human stands at a choice: to continue the cycle or to break it, to react or to transform, to become what hurt them or become something greater. So the question remains, what will you do with your pain? If this message reached you, then something within you is no longer asleep. Because not everyone will understand this. Some will hear these words and move on. But a few will feel it. Mr. Alien understood this clearly. Awakening does not happen to everyone at the same time. And sometimes it doesn't happen at all. Because to awaken, you must be willing to lose something. Your old thinking, your previous patterns, your comfortable illusions. And most people are not ready for that. But Mr. Alien was. He reached a point where comfort became more painful than growth, where pretending became heavier than truth. And in that moment, he made another decision. He would no longer live unconsciously. Every reaction would be observed. Every emotion would be understood. Every pain would be transformed. Not ignored, not suppressed, but used. Mr. Alien did not just believe this philosophy, he practiced it. Daily, silently. When insulted, he paused. When misunderstood, he reflected. When hurt, he resisted the urge to respond with equal force. Instead, he asked himself, "What is this pain trying to teach me?" And that question changed everything. Because pain is not just suffering. Pain is information. It reveals where you are attached, where you are weak, where you still seek validation. And instead of rejecting that truth, Mr. Alien embraced it. He refined himself through it. He became sharper, stronger, more aware. While others were busy reacting, he was evolving. Now understand this, the world operates on reaction. People expect you to respond in predictable ways. Anger for anger, hate for hate, pain for pain. But when you break that pattern, you become unpredictable. And what cannot be predicted cannot be controlled. This is what made Mr. Alien different. He was no longer part of the cycle. He was above it. Pain no longer weakened him. It fed him. Every betrayal made him wiser. Every rejection made him independent. Every hardship made him disciplined. So how do you defeat someone like that? You can't, because everything you throw at them becomes their advantage. Mr. Alien began to see himself differently, not as someone avoiding pain, but as something greater. He became like the ozone, invisible but essential, absorbing what could destroy others and converting it into protection. While the world released negativity, he filtered it. While others spread emotional chaos, he stabilized it. And over time, he realized something profound. The more pain I can transform, the more powerful I become. Not powerful in control over others, but in control over himself. And that is the highest form of power. Here is the truth. Most people will never do this because it requires discipline. It requires awareness. It requires responsibility. It means you can no longer blame others for how you respond, and that is uncomfortable. So they will continue the cycle. Pain to reaction to more pain. But Mr. Alien stepped out of it. And once you step out, you see everything clearly. You see how predictable people are. You see how easily emotions control behavior. You see how rare true awareness is. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Now this is where it becomes real, not for Mr. Alien, but for you. Because this is no longer a story, this is a decision. Right now, you are holding pain from something, from someone, from somewhere. And you have two choices. You can release it back into the world, or you can transform it. You can continue the cycle, or you can end it. So ask yourself honestly, am I reacting or evolving? Comment, I absorb, if you are choosing to break the cycle, not for attention, but as a commitment to yourself. If this way of thinking feels different, it's because it is. And if something inside you resonates with this, then you're not here by accident. You're ready. Ready to see deeper. Ready to think differently. Ready to become something more. This is what the alien philosophy represents. Not noise, not empty motivation, but a different level of awareness. So if you choose this path, then stay connected. Subscribe, not because you were told to, but because you understand. Because once you begin this journey, there is no going back. And that is where your real power begins.